All right. What's up, everybody? My people in Manhattan, the Bronx, Queens, all the way to Staten Island, my home borough, Brooklyn. Back out with another video. This is going to be another entry into the Greatest Teams Ever series. And in honor of Super Bowl week, I'm going to cover the team that won the very first ever Super Bowl, the 1966 Green Bay Packers. And they definitely are one of the greatest teams of all time and arguably the greatest dynasty in the history of the NFL. I mean, these guys under this man right here, the legendary Mr. Vince Lombardi, who, of course, the Super Bowl trophy is named after he passed away. These guys only lost one playoff game under his tenure. He was there from 59 to 67. They lost one playoff game. 5 NFL championships plus the first 2 ever Super Bowls. I mean, arguably the greatest dynasty ever, arguably the greatest head coach ever. But, let's get into it. The 1966 Packers had a super talented roster filled with Hall of Famers, including quarterback Bart Starr, running back Jim Taylor and Paul Hornung, offensive linemen like Jerry Kramer, whom it took forever to get into the Hall of Fame, Forrest Gregg, who later coached the Cincinnati Bengals in the early 80s, for their first ever Super Bowl, legendary middle linebacker Ray Nitschke, defensive linemen such as Willie Davis and Henry Jordan, Hall of Fame outside linebacker Dave Robinson, and defensive backs who were in the Hall of Fame such as Herb Adderley and Willie Wood. The Packers, that 1966 season, they cruised through the NFL. They finished with a 12-2 record, the number 4 ranked offense, and the number 1 ranked defense. And that's probably one of the most underrated things about the Packers in that era, their defense, which is weird considering all the Hall of Famers they have. But, the offense got the most attention, People love scoring, even back then. People love to see scoring. The Packers advanced to the NFL Championship game where they took down the Tom Landry Dallas Cowboys to advance to but their season wasn't over. Now, in previous years, they'd been in the end of the season, but there was something different going on in the world of football around this time. The NFL-AFL merger. The AFL was a rival league that started in the late 1950s by Lamar Hunt to rival the NFL, and they were rivaling the NFL pretty good. They were able to steal some talent in the draft, like Joe Namath went to the Jets, a lot of guys who out of HBCUs went to the AFL, people such as Willie Lanier, people like that. Guys like Art Shell went to the AFL. Charlie Joyner went to the NFL. Not Charlie Joyner, pardon me. Lance Allworth went to the NFL. There was still a lot of talent. And the NFL was rivaling the NFL, so they decided, let's come together, and thus created the first ever AFL-NFL World Championship game. That was the title prior to the first Super Bowl. So there were a lot of stakes on the line. The NFL, a lot of coaches and owners, and even the commissioner of the NFL at the time, Pete Rozelle, were riding the Green Bay Packers like, you guys got to win this game. Okay, we've been around longer than this upstart league. You got to prove that we're the superior league. You got to send a message. There was a lot of pressure going on the Packers going to the Super Bowl, which was played in the LA Memorial Coliseum. And they understood that. And they came out and showed that they were the superior team, and the NFL was the superior league. Here's Max McGee with a one-handed catch to score the first ever touchdown, the first ever Super Bowl. Then after that, Jim Taylor scored a touchdown. And here's the running back number 22, Elijah Pitts, who had 2 touchdowns in this game. Max McGee scoring his second touchdown. Max McGee finished with 7 catches for $138 and 2 touchdowns. Max McGee arguably could have got the Super Bowl MVP. But instead it went to Mr. Bart Starr, the quarterback, which I understand. Then he's the quarterback. He had a great game, threw 250 yards and 2 touchdowns. Well understood. But anyway, the Packers defeated the Kansas City Chiefs 35-10 to win their first ever Super Bowl and establish themselves as one of the greatest teams of all time. So tell me what you guys think. Are they one of the greatest teams of all time? Are they the greatest team of all time? Do you think the Lombardi era Packers are the greatest dynasty in NFL history? Tell me what you think in the comment section down below. I'm going to see you all.